Now, there are just 2 days to go before the gates open for the 2010 Bramham International Horse Trials.
Now, the event attracts riders from all over the world, along with 50,000 spectators, and getting the park ready takes months of preparation. Annalise Shearsmith has been behind the scenes.
It's February at Bramham, and as the sheep shelter from the cold wind, the workshops have become a hive of activity in preparation for the park's next big event, the Bramham International Horse Trials. There's a new cross-country course designer this year, and with him comes a lot of changes. Ian Stark is a former British team medalist, and his work at Bramham began in the depths of winter.
Yeah, it's February. We've obviously got a lot of work to do in the course. I think I probably had a bit of a reputation when I was riding of being brave and fearless, and they're probably expecting me to frighten some of the riders. But I don't mind having rider frightener fences. I'm very pro that, as long as when the horses are going well and jumping well, they're rewarded with good distances and safe takeoffs and landings. So there'll be a few surprises for the riders.
For those who aren't particularly interested in horses, there are a whole host of shops. There's a whole children's area, and it's a lovely chance to come out and bring your dog for a walk, or just take yourself for a walk. You know, the cross-country course, the main cross-country course, is 4 miles long. Go for a walk.
So with the final preparations underway, the scene is almost set for Thursday and the start of the 2010 Bramham International Horse Trials. Annalise Shearsmith, BBC Look North, Bramham.
Well, the sun is shining, and so we've sent Lisa out to tell us how long is it going to last.
Yes, I'm here at Bramham, where it is a beautiful sunny evening. Now, behind me are the stables. Now, they're obviously where the horses are going to stay for the duration of the event. But along upside on the hill, there's the horse boxes. Now, that's actually where all the riders and the grooms are going to stay. They don't have the luxury of hotel accommodation. Now, the event starts tomorrow with dressage, but before any of the competitors can start, they do have to have their first vet's inspection. Now, that happened earlier this afternoon here in front of the main house at Bramham. Each competitor has to present their horse to the grand jury. Then they do what's called the trot up, and this is when the vets can make sure that all the animals are fit and healthy to start the event. It's always a tense moment for everyone involved, because to discover that your horse has fallen lame during transit to the event in some cases can mean that they are not allowed to start.
Now, tens of thousands of people will descend on Bramham today for the start of the International Horse Trials. The event attracts riders from across the world. Well, Tanya's been there today.
Well, it's been stunning weather for this, the first day of the 37th Bramham International Horse Trials. It's been fantastic for shopping and, of course, for refreshments. There are a few still partaking of a drink or two. But it is really all about the 3-day eventing. That's what we're really here for, isn't it? The shopping's pretty good too, it has to be said. One of the local favourites will be Northallerton's Nicola Wilson. She's got 2 young horses here, and she has high hopes for them both. Nicola Wilson spends hour after hour schooling her horses in all the disciplines that make up the 3-day event. Like many riders, though, the one she finds the hardest is the dressage.
It's the one I've found the most unnatural, really. I've always enjoyed jumping, and I've had to learn to love this phase, and I'm getting there, I think.
This is Be Diplomatic, or Buzz to his friends. He's one of 2 horses Nicola is taking to Bramham, and it'll be a big event for him.
He is a very talented horse, but it is his first time at this level, so he's unproven at 3-star level, but I have hopes for him for the future.
The other horse Nicola's taking is Bally England Rebel, who will also be competing at this level for the first time. She doesn't have a full cross-country course set out at home, but she has what she needs to build up the teamwork between her and her horse.
Good boy. Once they've learnt in their early years to jump over ditches and through water and off banks, a lot of the cross-country courses is to do with precision and accuracy, which we can practice here on the arena. You know, if I'm thinking I need to quickly turn left, he wants to pick up the vibe really quickly and react to every situation, and that's what cross-country riding's about, really.
Her star horse is Opposition Buzz. It's on him she won Team Gold at last year's European Championships.
We've been together for a lot of years now. We've started from novice level and worked up through to championship level, and we've built up a very strong relationship, and it was fantastic to be part of the European team last year. 2012 is very focused at the forefront of my mind, and Opposition Buzz here is still young enough to be part of that.
He is on holiday at the moment, so won't be going to Bramham. but he's not going to let anyone forget who's the top horse in this yard.
Bramham always has a very special place in my heart. It is local, it is a fabulous event, very well run and very exciting, and it's always lovely to do well on home territory. And you're showing off, aren't you?
Nicola Wilson there. Well, I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Huddersfield's Oliver Townend, and I'm delighted to say you're all in one piece, because the last time I saw you, I have to say, you were looking a bit ginger after a horrendous fall in Kentucky. How are you?
Yeah, good. I've had a couple of competitions since then and it's gone very well, so, you know, it's a bit like riding the storm. If you have a bad fall like that, you know, hopefully there's good results around the corner.
You broke a fair few bones. Are they all healed?
Yeah, I think so anyway. I've not been back for re-x-ray, but they feel good, and, you know, I don't really feel it too much when I'm riding the horses. It's perhaps a little bit stiff in the morning and last thing at night, but yeah, it's getting there.
Now, thankfully, you were wearing a fairly new innovation, this air jacket, which, well, let's put it bluntly, it probably saved your life, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. The point to air jacket's a huge step forward in the safety of our sport, and it's, you know, great that they're starting to come up with things like this.
Well, we have here the air jackets, a similar one to me, and poor old George who's wearing it. You just demonstrate what it does when you fall off.
Right, well, this is normally attached to the front of the saddle, so obviously when you leave the saddle, it's going to give quite a force on there. I'm going to try and pull it now. And as you can see, it inflates, protecting all the important bits of your body around the back of the neck here, obviously down the back and lower back, so it's, you know, a huge step forwards.
Well, we're very glad you were wearing it, because I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be stood here if you hadn't been. Let's talk about Bramham, nicer things. You've got a young horse with you here today.
Yeah, he's a good horse. I've not had much to do with him in recent times, but he's you know, a real good potential horse, a potential top-class horse, we hope. Maybe a British team horse one day. It's a great stepping stone here, fantastic event, and we all love coming.
And for you, I guess, the focus, like so many of the top riders, is 2012.
Yeah, everybody's got that as a huge focus in the mind, obviously. There's a few big stepping stones on the way. We've got a World Championships this year and even a European Championships next year, so it's busy, but obviously everyone's sights are set on 2012.
But everything going very well for you, apart from that fall.
Apart from that fall, it's been good ever since, so we'll keep kicking on.
Oliver, thanks ever so much for joining us. There is another day of dressage to go here, then you get the epic cross-country on Saturday and the show jumping on Sunday. It really is a great event, and it is great to see Oliver up and riding again.